Monday, March 26, 2012, a rally was held to save the Portage Theater, Chicago, Illinois. This is some of what transpired.
On behalf of all of the local business groups here, especially the Six Corners Association and the two community groups, Portage Park Neighborhood Association and Old Irving Park Association, we are so thrilled that so many of you are here tonight at this beautiful historic Portage Theater. My name is Anna Zolkowski-Sober, and I'm the Vice President of the Old Irving Park Association, the local community group. And as I was watching everyone come in today, it was so gratifying to see such a wide cross-section of groups and people attending this meeting tonight. When's the last time you saw aficionados of silent, classic, indie, horror, and documentary cinema mixing with people who are from historical, landmark, and preservationist groups, along with a wide variety of local entertainers ranging from school kids to professionals, a lot of concerned elected officials, and of course we have a lot of concerned neighbors and business people from surrounding businesses. So we're here tonight to listen to how we can save not only this historic theater built in 1920, but this beautiful half-block long commercial building, which is 2 stories, has 36 apartments above, a whole row of storefronts, a half a city block with a gorgeous 1920s facade. So we're going to learn how this building, this economic engine, how we can save it. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Alderman of the 45th Ward, John Arena, who's going to give us a brief summary and recap of where we stand as far as the purchase plans and other plans for this theater. Alderman Arena?
Thank you all for being here tonight. It's amazing. The way you revitalize an area is you give people a reason to come. That's the first and foremost thing in urban development. Give them a reason to choose this area over another. And Anna talked to it, and you saw on the video that an entity such as a theater like the Portage, the history here, young history that I have with it, but the history that goes back decades and generations, having it, from people who have lived here all their lives or grown up here, from a little kid seeing, 9 movies all the way up to its current iteration. And the community came out. Slowly but surely, the events that we saw here from the opening day when we saw Charlie Chaplin, silent film, Dennis playing the organ, my son asking me, how did they do those effects of driving a train car off of a rail? And they said they had 1 take. That was it. No special effects back then. But for a 7-year-old kid to see that and get to experience it, and the literally tens of thousands that have come through this venue to see concerts, parties that have been hosted here, silent film, current film releases like we're going to see later this week and we've seen over the years, really is the core of what we're trying to do here. What's going to make Six Corners an economic engine again. So there's been $25 million or more invested in this area in general. We have built, that money was not invested just because. It was invested because we had a kind of a nucleus to build on. We had a venue that was going to attract people and hold them, and then they would go out and spend dollars at restaurants and local businesses. So that's the reason why when the church came to me, Chicago Tabernacle, and said they wanted to become part of our community, I met with them. We talked about the pros of them coming to the area. They're a large congregation looking for a unique venue like this to use for their purposes, and we welcomed them. But when they asked me to make a decision as to whether that would be the use we want to see going forward, and I compared it against the data that's out there, the input from the local community, from the business community, the Six Corners community, and I wrote a letter denying that use. We did take time to offer them alternative locations. There's been a few new locations that have come up to us, and we're hoping to present those to the church leadership, and hopefully we can work out a situation that's a win for everybody. Maintain the Portage Theater in its current use and the engine that it is here for our economy, and bring the church to the area so that they can be part of our community. We're an incredibly diverse part of Chicago, and we welcome everybody. The building owner who's got the property for sale is not a bad guy. He's not doing this to slight anybody. He's in a financial situation where he's got to sell a property, and he's entertained an offer that was on the table at the time. He now has a counteracting offer. So we're hoping that this show of support, the message that we're sending here tonight by nearly filling this 1,300-seat theater, tells him that there's another offer on the table, it's a good offer, and it's sustainable. And we would support an alternative to the church use in this building. So that when you leave here tonight, talk to your friends. Go to savetheportage.org. Tell people that they can act the same way. And collectively, we're going to be able to win the day when this does come up in front of the ZBA. We don't have a date yet, but the soonest it can come up is April 20th of this coming month, and we're operating under the premise that that is when it's going to be heard. So keep in touch through Facebook, through the website that I just mentioned, and with your support we can win this.
I'm here at the Portage Theater. We did some interviews with people who really want to save the Portage Theater. This is Ron Onesi. Ron, what does the Portage Theater mean to you?
I'm originally from Taylor Street, but we moved over here to Portage Park. Had a business, raising a family here, and grew up with the Portage Theater. And I own a theater in St. Charles, and I'm telling you, it's something you gotta keep going. You gotta keep this place alive. History is really cool, especially these days. And at the Portage Theater is where it all begins.
This is John. John, tell me what you think.
Well, I've been coming to the theater since I was a kid, and I won't even begin to tell you all the fond memories I have from this place. And we need to keep it around so more people can have more fond memories like I do.
This is Bill Weistrom. Bill Weistrom, what does the Portage Theater mean to you?
Well, the Portage means a lot to me. I love old theaters like this. I've grown up in the city, and I like to come here for all the movies that you can't see anywhere else. All the activities that happen here. Big John's monster shows.
You got it. And it's
They're
not
the best.
It's not just that, it's the ambiance of the theater, the feeling of when we were a kid.
Yeah, I remember how the Loop used to be when I was a kid, and all that's gone now. So you got to support these old theaters. They should not go away. The neighborhood needs it. The people need it. Beyond the whole history, this thing serves an important role in the community, and we can't let that go away. There's, the church is. There's plenty of places in this city that could benefit from a new location from that church. This just does not happen to be one of them. This should stay what it is, format for all different forms of entertainment, open to the public at large, including all the different retail that's going on out in front. I think the church should find another neighborhood that is welcoming of a new installation like that, not do damage to this beautiful thing we have here.
I've been coming here to the Portage since I was a small kid and loved it and cherished it back when I was a child, and have many, many great fond memories of those times. And then just recently, after the restoration and the renovations that were done here, making this landmark place that it is more beautiful and enhanced and just spectacular.
Portage means to me, my family's been here since 1958. I remember coming here with seeing Clint Eastwood movies as a kid, seeing cartoons. And as a realtor, I have friends from all over the city that I bring into the neighborhood here, actually from these film festivals, and it means a lot to me as far as the economic development in the area. And it's just integral part of this neighborhood to keep this alive, and it brings in people from not only this neighborhood, but Lincoln Park, Lakeview, all over the city draws into this neighborhood. It's a magnet.
My name is Julie Ritchie. I'm the artistic director of the Filament Theater Ensemble, and I first came to Portage Park in August of last year when we did a theater project right across the street from here that was set up by Arts Alive 45. And we had a wonderful time in the neighborhood. It was so supportive. All of the management of the Portage Theater was helping us carry lights over at midnight, and we sort of fell in love with it. And they invited us to come back and see a show. We came to one of the silent films that Friday night, and when we walked in, and this place was packed with people of all ages and all backgrounds, and when Greta Garbo appeared on the stage, the theater burst into applause, and I turned to my partner who runs the business with me, and we said, we need to move into this neighborhood. And since then, we've been working with the alderman's office and trying to set up shop right across the street. We're really, really close to signing a lease, and maintaining the Portage Theater as a theater is one of the huge reasons why we've been hoping to move into this neighborhood, to be part of this vibrant and diverse arts community. So save the Portage Theater. It is such an exciting place to be, and it is bringing businesses into the neighborhood, including mine.
My name is Anthony Tchaikovsky, and I've lived in...
What does the Portage Theater mean to you?
Portage Theater reminds me of when I was growing up. I've come here countless times to see movies. I've saw the Will Rogers and the Luna, the Milford, the Tiffin, and a whole host of other theaters just disappear.
What would it mean to you if the Portage Theater didn't survive?
I mean, it's the focal point of Six Corners. I mean, you come down Milwaukee, you see the marquee, and you know where you are. It's unlike any other of the Six Corner intersections in the city.
You know, I've been a resident of this neighborhood for 6 years, and I was here for the opening day celebration here, and ever since then I've been back more than a dozen times. I enjoy the music, I enjoy the atmosphere, and it's really one of a kind in the city of Chicago, and I need to be coming back more often.
Well, the Portage Theater has been here as long as I've been in the neighborhood, and to show you how much the neighborhood means to me, I'm president of the Jefferson Park Neighborhood Association, just a little ways north from here. But I've been here for everything from silent film fests to just this last fall, we had the Serenity Film Fest here, and all kinds of other things in between.
But we have to get her to the Monster Fest. That's the most important things here. But anyways, getting back, she's telling you how she feels.
So I consider this a gem of the neighborhood. It is a destination point. It's been helping Six Corners kind of really rebuild. We, of course, want to see Six Corners continue to rebuild, and the theater is definitely a part of that. So definitely do not want to lose it.
This Portage is it's my entire business. It's my living, my art, it's my home. I produce 6 major film festivals here a year, many other events as well. My first directorial debut film premiered here at the Portage. It's a big family-type film organization, and I can't bear to see it go.
Well, the first time I came to the Portage Theater was for one of their science fiction film fests, and most recently I premiered a horror film in the Indie Horror Film Fest this past weekend, and it's just it's an incredible opportunity for local filmmakers to get to show their work to the world, to the fans, to Chicago film fans, and not just that, but this whole Six Corners area, I think, provides a lot of other things that you can do, not just coming here for the films, but grabbing a bite to eat, you know, at the local restaurant.
That's right, the food, the local bars, the restaurants, anywhere from a dollar store. The impact of the economy in this area would suffer if the Portage Theater doesn't succeed where we're at. Not just for shows, but for the whole neighborhood. And this is a testament here who loves the Portage Theater and he does his shows here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Portage is a big part of my history. I grew up not far from here. Been coming here all my life as a child, and I think it was always a safe place for kids to go and hang out, not just the Portage, but the whole Six Corners area, all the shops and everything. And as it's been in its remodeling state and everything, it's been a great place for people to come as adults and as kids for a lot of the shows that you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
A lot of the movie fests that are going on. I know they're doing a lot of rock shows here now and then.
It's a wide variety of events, from musicals to plays to monsters to sci-fi to live screenings. People coming in from around the world just to get into Portage Theater because of the ambiance and what it means. It is a historic place that needs to be preserved.
There's a lot of things I feel about the Portage Theater. I've been coming here since about 2006, 2007. I showed up on a whim at the Silent Film Festival for an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I like Alfred Hitchcock. This was a silent movie with a 40-piece orchestra that was performing live with the movie. That blew my mind. You can't get that at any kind of Cineplex. You can't get that at some kind of IMAX theater. That doesn't exist. You go on the internet, you'll find maybe half a dozen theaters around the country that will do that.
It's real simple. This is where friends meet. If you don't have a place to be, where are you going to be?
I agree.
You're going to be sitting at home doing nothing.
I agree.
So you got to have a place to have fun. You know, society needs churches. Society needs corner tavern. And you need a theater.
That's right, where people can meet.
That's what it's about. You get 1,000 people in one room laughing at the same joke, it's a lot different than sitting at home.
It means so much to me. It's just such a fun place to come. My friends, my husband and I, we come, we dress up for no other reason than because they're showing a movie. We're going to dress up as flappers, we're going to dress up as in costume for the movie. We're going to dress up in a costume that has nothing to do with the movie. But we come, we enjoy the movie, we buy popcorn, we go out to the restaurants afterwards. We found Hats Plus from coming here. We drag all of our friends and our family here. It's a fun place to come.
What about the barbecue fest, the Six Corners Barbecue Fest, where we all eat barbecue ribs and drink beer together? That is a big plus for the area. And look at how many events that this young lady loves in the area. It's incredible.
I've been coming to this theater since probably 71. I saw Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory the month it came out.
Willy Wonka.
All 8 of my brothers and sisters and I were brought here by my aunt, which is deceased now. We've been coming here 35 years. And what better experience? I saw Star Wars here. I saw Rocky here. I saw Rocky 2 and 3 here. The family. I have my family. I've got my daughter who is 10, boys that are 16 and 17. It's a new generation. I want that generation to continue here. I want them to have the 35 years experience here. We can't lose this place. Our businesses, we have restaurants across the street that are just peaking. I mean, don't take it away.
The Portage Theater is important to me because I've been coming here since I was like in 3rd grade, and I've had so many memories here, and to see it go away, it would break my heart. And I mean, I joined this play group when I was in like 5th grade, and we did one of our shows here, and it would just be really sad if it closed, and it means a lot to me. So
there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put in by Dennis and Linda, the people behind the scenes of the theater that loved the theater and had a lot of sweat and tears put in here for the community. It would be a big waste to have the Portage Theater not stay here for the next generations and generations after this while we're long gone. You and you alone, the people of the neighborhood, could voice your opinion. Save the Portage Theater. Let them know. Let everybody know. It's your time to let your opinion speak for itself. Let everybody know. Portage Theater is an icon. We want it to stay here until the end of time. This is Big John saying from the Portage Theater. Dennis, Linda, we love you. Keep up the good work. Everybody's behind you, and we're all together on this. Thank you.
To get involved in saving the Portage Theater, contact Alderman John Arena, 45th Ward, 4754 North Milwaukee Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60630. Or on the web, ward45 at cityofchicago.org.